this evening. Let's talk about Cognizant then. It's all set to join the $10 billion club despite a weak end to 2013. The company has expects 2014 to be a breakthrough year. The company pegs 2014 guidance at $10.3 billion. And R. Chandrasekaran, Executive Vice Chairman of the company, joins us on the show now. Mr. Chandrasekaran, thanks a lot for joining us. We have been getting mixed reactions from analysts on your numbers. Q4 revenues were more or less in line with guidance, but slightly below what the street was factoring in for the quarter. What have been the reasons for this softness?
Yeah, actually, our guidance has been, if you look at it, we had guided to 2.35, and we actually slightly overperformed our own guidance. And typically, if you really look at it historically, Q4 has always been a weak quarter for us. And particularly in 2018, you have to also, view the result in conjunction with our Q2 and Q3 of last year. We had a phenomenal, Q3, and riding on top of that performance, you tend to see it a little weaker, but in actual terms, actually, it's been a pretty good performance. So we've been pretty pleased with our overall numbers for 2013. We actually reported 250 million over and above our initial guidance, and so we are very pleased with the way 2013 turned out to be. And more importantly, we are very happy that many of our, initial approach have been sort of good validation. The investment that we made in SMAC Technologies, we generated almost over $500 million revenue through SMAC services. And we penetrated newer geographies like Latin America, newer verticals like government. Everything has really turned out to be the way we wanted 2013 to be. So overall, we are very pleased with the 2013 performance.
Let's talk about your guidance then for 2014. You've set it at about 16.5%. Again, it's slightly below that 17% that the street was expecting. Is this then, classic conservatism at play where you start at a lower number and then perhaps end up at the higher end of guidance?
As we outlined in our earnings call, we expect 2014, the good run to continue. Whatever we saw in 2013, we see the demand continuing in 2014. In fact, our 2014 guidance is slightly more than what we had initially guided to in the beginning of 2013. So we feel pretty good about 2014. In fact, in absolute dollar terms, our incremental revenue in 2014 will be significantly higher than 2013 incremental revenue that we saw. So overall, we are pretty pleased with the way demand is turning out for our services. And we just completed a third-party customer satisfaction survey. Customer satisfaction came out on top. And as I said, the demand for our all three horizons, the IT services where we are trying to consolidate and bring in more cost savings for customers. Our investment in Horizon 2 services, particularly consulting, BPS, and infrastructure services, is really providing us the opportunity to be the industry leader in terms of growth. And the investment in SMAC services is really positioning us as the thought leader in the industry, which is really helping our customers drive their own business transformation. So we are pretty pleased with the investment that we have made in all the three horizons, and that really augurs well for a good performance in 2014.
Do you see 2014 being a better year than 2013 in terms of demand? How are you seeing things pan out on that front?
Overall demand, we feel pretty good. As I said, many of the customers are, really looking at transforming their own businesses. As we outlined in the call, we are seeing a once-in-a-decade opportunity driven by the shift in technology. So many of the customers are really thinking about transforming their businesses to digital businesses, leveraging the SMAC technologies that opens up Pandora's of opportunity. And they're also, I believe when recently in Davos, many of the CEOs are now talking about technology as an important agenda as part of their strategy. They are already talking about Internet of Things, 3D printing, machine-to-machine communication. So all these things are going to play a very important role in crafting the digital businesses, and that's going to create significant opportunities for services companies like Cognizant. So, and we are pretty bullish about the demand out there.
Right, but going by your guidance of $10.3 billion, you will become the second IT company after TCS to join the $10 billion club. How important is this milestone for you 20 years after inception?
It is definitely, we all feel pretty good about achieving that milestone. And as you know, this quarter marks 20 years of Cognizant being in the business. I still remember the 1994 days when we started as the offshore unit of Dun & Bradstreet Corporation. From that, we have come a long way in just a short 20 years. So we feel pretty good about, our journey in the last 20 years, and definitely 10 billion is an important milestone, and that's not going to stop us. The future, there's a lot of opportunities in the future, and we really look forward to even brighter future for Cognizant.
Mr. Chandrasekharan, thanks so much for taking time out for us. We look forward, of course, to connecting with you next quarter as well. Let's move on. Keep it with corporate earnings. We're